AM Sports Report brought to you by Northwest Furniture and Mattress. Flex Steel Statements blends modern comfort with lasting craftsmanship for a look that feels personal, elevated, and built to last. Shop the collection at Northwest Furniture and Mattress in LeGrand. Big red rocking chair on Elm, off Adams. You can't miss it. LHS softball is at Baker today for a doubleheader starting at 2. This could get moved to LeGrand due to the weather. I mean, I should be finding out any time. I'm waiting on a text message. They're supposed to make the decision this morning, so if it happens during the show, I'll let you guys know if the game's going to be here or over there. LHS baseball's in Baker tomorrow for a 2 p.m. doubleheader, both JV and varsity. The JV2 team played on Tuesday night versus Baker. They lost the first game, and they don't post JV2 game scores, and I didn't stay all the way for the end of the second game, but LeGrand was leading when I left, but it was freezing outside. My hands were literally just done for, so I left in like the 5th inning, I think it was. It felt like the middle of winter out there. It was ridiculous. The wind was blowing. Now, if the wind wasn't blowing, it would have been okay, but with the wind blowing, it was like, got to get out of here. LHS tennis hosts Ontario today at 3 at home, while boys golf is off until next Friday when they host Vail. The girls golf team goes to Baker next Monday, and then they host Vail on Tuesday. EOU softball moved down another spot to number 5 in the national poll. They head to Corbin this weekend for a huge 4-game series. I mean, they need to win all 3 of the conference games this weekend. So, you know, we've talked about this before. The first 3 games of the series are conference games. The last one's a non-con. They really need to win all 4 for national reasons, but for conference reasons, they need to win the first 3 for sure, because the following weekend they host number 1 in the country, OIT, right here, and that's going to be probably for the league championship. I mean, if EOU, I think they're 2 games back, so if they can get all 3 games against OIT, they'll win the CCC and host that tournament, which would be huge for the Bounties. They haven't hosted it in my recollection ever. So, you know, you got a team that finished number 3 in the country last year that's been number 1 this year, anywhere from 1 to 5, and they have a chance to host their first conference tournament this year if they. And they can beat OIT. I mean, it's not they beat them 2 out of 3 last year. They beat them in the conference tournament. They can beat this OIT team. They just have to hit. EOU baseball's at College of Idaho this weekend for a 4-game series. And then finally, EOU track and field is at the CCC Multis in Ashland. So that means like the athletes that do the heptathlon and the pentathlon are, and the not the heptathlon, the pentathlon and the decathlon. The heptathlon is an indoor sport, and that means 5 events. Girls do 7 events in the spring, and boys do 10, or women and men at the college level. So, and EOU's got some really good multis, so we should bring home a couple of conference championships there. AM Sports Report brought to you by the Northwest Furniture and Mattress in LeGrand. Sleep like a log.